What's up? What's up? Employment situation came out. So you can see right now. Let's get right into it. Calendar for today, the earnings calendar for today, there's absolutely nothing. I'm not really looking at anything. Alta and DocuSign announced earnings yesterday, but again, this is about it. So we can go right through that. Taking a look at the economic calendar, employment situation came out at 8:30 today, which is why the market is rallying right now. And then we have a treasury statement at 2:00 p.m. Eastern. So these are the only two things that I'm really looking at for today. And this is already later in the day, so we don't really have to worry about that. So it looks like we're good to go for today. Markets in the morning. Everyone and their moms is talking about SVB. Shares are down about 24%. It's probably down more than that now. What is it? SVB? SVIB? What's the ticker for this thing? Oh, SI. No, definitely not. SVB Financial. What's the ticker for that? I swear it was SVIB. SIVB? Oh yeah, that's right there. Oh my gosh. Thing is dying. Well, that sucks. So, there's that. Oracle dropped 4%. Allbirds fell 17%. Every single earnings, like I have never seen any good earnings in the past week. All these earnings are just terrible. Charting the markets. Gas report. Must read. Investors dump shares of SVB Financial Group as the lender. Nearly a $2 billion loss on the sale of assets, following a larger than expected decline in deposits. Former Goldman Sachs banker was sentenced to 10 years in prison for helping to loot billions of dollars from out of the country. Okay. And real-time economics. Already released. What to watch for today. Again, 8:30. And then... Oh, okay. The Secretary of the Treasury is talking today at 9. I didn't know that. So, okay. So, we have to be careful at 9 o'clock. But that's 30 minutes before the market opens. So, we should be fine. SVB. Everyone's talking about that. Biden budget. We already know that. Jobless claims rise. This, that, this. Alright, we're good to go. We are good to go. Alright, so let's go into the actual watch list itself. Let's go over Nvidia first. Now, Nvidia held up pretty well against the whole market, I feel like. Like, take a look at this. We're literally bouncing out our bounce zone right now. And then take a look at Tesla. Tesla came from 185 all the way down to that 170. So I feel like Nvidia kind of held up a little bit better than the market. So we know that Nvidia is strong for today. So we got to be careful about that. We're looking at Nvidia. As you guys can see, we're literally in that bounce zone right now. We've been stuck back and forth in this bounce zone. You can see we bounced off of it. We came back down, bounced off it again. Came back down and bounced off it again. So now we're trying to bounce off it again. This 234, 232 area is pretty strong. If we get under that though, we are going to see some downside. But right now we're trying to come up. The next area I'm looking to play is 245, and it won't happen today. And if it does, it's just too extended because we came all the way down to here. We couldn't even get above there yesterday or 2 days ago when we were down in this area. So we got to be careful about that. And just waiting to see on the video, but these are my levels at 230 to the downside, 245 to the upside, and bounce off to this 234, 232 area. And then Tesla, okay, we'll just break my levels then. It was 175, but it just broke it because of the 8:30 news. But my next level to the downside is 162, maybe 170. It just broke after hours, which I don't really like. But if we get some momentum, it might just start tanking under that. We are still pretty far away from that. We're like $5 away, so we got some time, honestly. But it's probably gonna have to be something intraday, unless we literally come back all the way up to that 185 area. But that's still like $10 away. It's just the downside literally took over all of our levels. Like we had this 175, and then we had 170, and then that broke after hours. It looked good. It was bouncing off of that, and the next thing you know, we broke it. Like, it just doesn't care. So that's the only thing that sucks about just keep going down and down and down. You just rip through all these levels, and then we already tested these levels already. So now if it starts to come back up, we already, like, these levels are done unless it starts to set up. So that's the only problem about today. NQ, taking a look at NQ. Oh my goodness, you cannot get a better move right there. Look at that. We came all the way down to our support zone, started to bounce right off of that. Perfect. So now it's in our important key level. Try to break out of this, which it is right now. Look at the reactions, but look at this. It's literally trying to hold it now. So this is what I'm curious about. If it wants to hold this and continue higher to that 12,156, or if it just tries to die again back down to this 11,918 area. So curious about that. We came down quite a bit yesterday. I don't really expect us to keep dying like that. People need to start taking profits, and that's exactly what happened right there. And that's exactly how I hit 50% yesterday in like 2 minutes. It was insane. We'll look at a 1 hour. Actually, let's look at a 1 minute. You guys could see, right? Obviously, this previous low day wasn't there because this is the previous low day. But this zone, look what happened when we literally touched this zone. Look what happened when we touched this zone. What happened? We literally absolutely rallied. 50%. It was insane. Like, after this huge move to the downside, right? After this huge move to the downside, after waiting to get an entry, next thing you know, we're at our zone and we're starting to bounce. As soon as I saw buyers starting to step up, that's when I was in, and that was insane. You know, I waited a couple minutes. Next thing you know, 50% on the contracts because those calls were so dead. So then any like sort of buying pressure, those contracts were just flying to the upside. So that's when we got into calls right there. That was a 50% move. It was so nice. Super nice move right there. This is why it's like patience is key. Like, people try and chase this, or like they just try to formulate a plan that's not there, when in reality we just wait for the right setups. Next thing you know, we waited for the right setups right to our zone. It bounced. That's when we get into calls, and then we just absolutely banked. It was super nice. But this is why patience is key. You have to wait for the right moment to strike. I'm not striking in here. This area is where I formulate the trade off of. Calls, 50% move like that. It was super nice. But again, a lot of people don't have patience. You just gotta wait, and you gotta have a plan. People don't even have these zones on the chart. I'm literally showing you it right now, and you probably still don't have it on your chart. Amazon. Okay, we'll just break under my levels too. I'm really looking at that 90 level on Amazon to the downside. If we get there, this bounce zone just keeps going back and forth in there. So it broke under there, it started retesting, it came down, and now it's trying to come back up. That 90 level to the downside is what I'm looking at. I'm not really looking to play a bounce off of here just because of this. Like, I don't know what happened there on pre-market on Amazon, but it just doesn't look good. AMD low-key held up as well compared to the market. If we look at the daily right now, like, it's nothing crazy. We're just literally rejecting this high area. We go to the 1 hour, came right back into this pocket, right? There's a zone right here, and now it's trying to hold it, right? If I just extend this thing, I don't want to lose the point. 84.39 right there. It's trying to hold this thing. It started rejecting it, then it broke above it. Now it's trying to hold. So again, there's nothing really we could play right there. That level, remember the 86 level, came all the way through to there, and then it came back down. Absolutely flied on AMD. Not really looking at anything else. Netflix broke 300. That's crazy. Yeah, so Netflix broke 300, so I'm definitely not looking at Netflix anymore because it already broke. Netflix, AMD, Amazon, Baba, Moderna, everything else is just like, it's just not there for us, honestly. Like, the main thing is just ES, of course. ES zones, I'm waiting to see what it does when it gets in this area. Like, I want to see what the reaction is, because the only other like area is just up here again. We could definitely come from here to here though. So, but our next plan is right here. Our next plan is right here. After that, if we go under here, into here, if we go above here, into here, but this is where we're able to formulate trades. All right, this is where I formulate the plans. Inside is just like, I'm probably not going to touch it if it's inside of the area like this. I'm not going to touch it. Maybe if I see it starting to break out, all right, to the upside, and I want to play it to the upside, and I know we have room to here, and I really see buyers stepping up, maybe I'll get calls, right? Or maybe I start to dip by this, so maybe I get calls right now, for example, and then I get calls, put my stop loss, let's say down to here, and then wait until this area or that high day starts to break, and because I know there's a lot of resistance there, but this thing has been going back and forth in that area. It just doesn't look like, it doesn't look as strong yet. So I probably wouldn't, but that's like my thought process going into it on ES. The only thing I'm really looking at, like besides ES, I mean ES will get the job done today, but for example like Tesla, 175 already broke. It's trying to bounce off of that. I'll still leave that. It's trying to hold it, but we'll see. Depends on how the wall is there. 170 possible. It just broke after hours. That's the only problem, which kind of sucks. But 170, like, we'll have that there, just knowing there is a reaction at 169.47, because I bet the wall will come back, just depending on where we open at. But I want to be super careful if I play 170, that 169.47, because this thing can go down to 170 and start to bounce exactly where it bounced last time. So I want to be careful about that. Right now, it just bounced off 175, which kind of validates it a little bit. I really want to see the walls there for it to validate it further. If we look at a 1 hour, there's not really anything else to the upside. Pretty far away. This thing is rallying right now, though. That 185... potentially 180. Like, it doesn't look bad because of that right there. I want to see how it reacted though. Yeah, see, like, it came up, came right back down. Like, it just doesn't really look that good. It looked good right there, and then it broke under, and that was like, that was it. It already used the level. So I'm not really looking at that unless it sets up intraday. The 175, 170, 185 on Tesla. Nvidia is a lot closer to our levels, like that 230 to the downside, 232, 234 bounce, which it literally just did right now, and at 245 to the upside. After that, there's really nothing else for the upside, like in between this area, so I'm not really looking at it. But that 223, 220 to the downside after that. But I feel like after this 230 break or this bounce at 234, 232, we're already done on Nvidia, and then we're just looking at Tesla or ES, because Tesla's absolutely flying right now. So let's see where it wants to go. And then ES. Oh, look nice. Oh, look nice. Yeah, look at this. But I added, for anyone that's in the free server right now, and anyone that's in the premium server, I added the flow channels. So you guys have the free flow channel from Quant Data. So it should save you a lot. We got the it will tell you when something's down 10%, institutional alerts, dark pool, halts, unusual flow, golden sweeps. So it got a lot of stuff on there. So definitely go check that out. It's literally in the free server as well. If you're in the premium server, it's also in there as well. But that's pretty dope. ES, again, I just need to be able to formulate my trades, formulate my plan. Like right now, Dude, these NQ levels are so clean. Look at that. It's so clean. Right? Like, if we were getting calls on ES, for example, let's say we're getting calls on ES. Because what did we just say about, like, 5 minutes ago? Right? What were we looking for? A dip buy after a huge move to the upside, right? Or if it starts to get into this area, or something like that. But we know this high day area is resistance. We know that this area is resistance. So we are going to have to take profits in this area and just leave the runners. But in order for us to get into calls right here, we have to look at NQ. What's NQ doing? Absolutely bouncing off our important key level. So that's good, right? NQ looks amazing. So as long as NQ is able to hold this, we're looking for calls. Now, since we're looking for calls, let's look at ES. Okay, ES is trying to hold up. So let's say you got into calls somewhere around here and you just waited, right? This is what we're looking for. Now, if NQ is trying to go under this already and closing under this, then I'm not looking for calls. I can't, that's going against the market. But this is looking good. It looks better than ES right now. Literally try to make that high day area almost. It's like perfectly rejecting that area. But we know that NQ has room to here. So if NQ starts to reject this area, right, and ES isn't really that close to here yet, then we know that we might want to start taking profits because NQ will literally tackle ES. Like, NQ will bring down ES if it really wanted to. So that's why we have to be really careful on that. But that important key level is just crazy right now. It's insane. We literally had these levels. Like, I feel like I gotta dust these levels off because we've had these levels here for so long now. It's insane, and they're still reactive. Like, the same levels are still reactive. It's insane. Let's take a look at SPY. Literally in this area. I don't know where these levels are from. How long ago are these levels? Let's see if I have any new. Oh, that's the old one. Main. Oh, here's the zones. Let's move this over. Rejected that zone yesterday. That 4129, 400.55. Under that, I don't even have anything under that on SPY, but this is why we take a look at ES. Like, SPY is not as clean at all. Is that perfect? Close. Open. Bro, that is literally spot on. Oh my gosh. As soon as I said ES is cleaner, look how clean that is. We literally rejected that. Came down. Came back up. Rejected that. Rejected that. And H right there. Like, that's pretty clean, honestly. Alright, well, I take that back on ES. Maybe SPY is clean on that. ES is just clean all around. But that was... I didn't even expect that. That's pretty. That actually caught me off guard. I didn't realize how clean that was on SPY. That's really clean. Like, that's too clean on SPY. Like, I feel like I looked at ES for a second. That's a little weird. SPY had no right to be that clean. But again, just waiting for this, right? You just wait. Like, if you were in calls, you literally just wait. You move your stop loss up, do whatever, but patience is key, especially for like reversals, especially like that. You have to wait. Breakouts are a little bit different because you don't really gotta wait a lot, but reversals, you gotta wait a little bit. Maybe not on this one. We had to wait because it pulled back a little bit and then came right back up, so we had to wait a little bit on this as well, but it's so worth it though. If you put levels on SPY or ES, it hits. Don't be surprised. Yeah, I don't know why I'm always so surprised. Like we already know these levels are just gonna continue to keep hitting. Like, there's just, I don't know why it surprised me, but look how clean that is though. How long ago did I even put this on there? Dude, it must have been from like right here or something. It's just crazy to me. I don't know why I'm always so surprised though. Like, they're gonna hit, like you said. But yeah, nah, that is clean though. That's cleaner than ES. That was cleaner than ES. Either way, we still banked, but that was clean though. That was crazy. But yeah, look. Yes, it's trying to come up. I bet NQ looks a lot stronger. Yeah, look, it literally went to the high and now it's trying to bounce again. Let's see what happens when it clears. Like, this is just what goes on in my mind when I'm in a trade. Just like, what is it trying to go? Right? Like, this area right here is just a lot of resistance. I'm going to start taking some profits off. I got to be careful about this. Current momentum's red, so I want to be careful about this. And we just wait, honestly. Like, trading is literally just about waiting. Like, it's not all flashy. Oh, I'm about to hop in my Lambo right now. I'm in trade. Like, no. It's not all that. It's literally just waiting. Being patient, just waiting. Wait for it to work out. Wait for it to, because you have a plan. Like, this is your stop. This is your, there's a lot of resistance there. So I'm going to start taking profits, and you just wait. It goes up or it goes there. And you just wait. A lot of people don't, they're not patient though. A lot of people get so scared when they're in trades. It's like, you probably are like over positioning or something. You should never get scared of your, whatever you're in. Like, you have to think about it like this. Like, it's literally, you're looking at candles on a chart. And like, you have so much emotion when you're looking at candles in a chart. Like, you have to like simplify and like dumb it down. Like, are you really going to get scared over candles? Like, these are literally just pixels on your monitor or your phone. You just gotta wait. Like, why get so scared over this? NQ price action was go to last night. Bro, I saw you literally were up until like 3 o'clock in the morning trading NQ futures. I was like, bro, how are you up right now? It's insane. Bro, look at that rejection though. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I know you caught that. Right down to the bottom of our zone right there. Jeez. I tried trading Russell for the first time. How was that? Yeah, my head hurts. Bro, I can imagine. That's why I don't trade futures, so I don't have to be up. Like, I would probably have too much fun with it. And I covered at the absolute low. Nice. Yeah, literally right at our zone area. Russell's weird. It gaps and spread is big. Yeah. That's why I don't understand how people be trading that. Or, like, why would they want to? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But as long as you make money, I can't really, do your thing. It's just not something I would do. I really don't know how people be trading the Russell, though. But look, all we do is just wait. Right? All we do is just wait. Let's say you had right here, right? All we had to do is just wait. Your stop loss, let's say your stop loss is here, and now you move your stop loss up. So let's say you moved your stop loss up to here or something, and we're in this resistance area. This is where you're starting to take some profits, and then this is just your stop loss, right? And now we wait. So let's say we were in the position, we waited for this to get to here, start to take some profits off, right? We're taking a look at NQ at the same time. NQ, what is NQ doing? NQ doesn't look as strong as ES anymore, right? It's just in this area of resistance. So if NQ is kind of looking weak, ES is looking strong. I want to take some profits off because it's not correlating, right? We take some profits off and then we have our stop loss here. Stop loss at pretty much break even on the rest of these contracts. And you just wait. Let's see if it breaks out of this and it retests this high or it just keeps going into here. Well, we want to make sure that NQ is also looking strong, and it's not. It's looking weak right now, so we got to wait for NQ to start to step up its game or else this thing is done. Starting to reject. Look where we took profits at. Like, it's not rocket science. You see where it's rejecting. It's probably going to try and repeat itself. If it starts to hold there, that's when you start to take some off. It was holding there. That's why we started taking some off. Put your stop loss right here. Because if it's going to go, it's going to go now, or this thing is going to try and dump. So that's why we have a stop loss right here. Look at that. NQ is looking weak the whole time. It's probably going to try and have to retest this if it doesn't hold this area right here. It's coming back down. Literally, we took profits at a perfect time. No hesitation. Like, this is literally how you're supposed to trade. And I told you it was going to go. If it wasn't, you know, that was the time it was going to go. And if it didn't, it don't. So now you have to wait again. NQ trying to bounce off this low area right here. Remember, just waiting for your stop loss, right? Just waiting. Want to see if we get above this new high or not, or into this area, or our stop loss is. That's it. And your stop loss, I honestly should just rename it to stop profits, because we're already in profits. And then just break even would hit, and there you go. Your break even would hit. Again, that's why we covered. Look, we literally just covered at like the perfect time right there. Like, it's just, you just can't hesitate. It's all about not hesitating. Bought out NQ futures this morning. Yeah. I like my option Greeks though. Like the way that I trade, like option Greeks just help my trade. Because I'm not in the trade for too long and stuff like that. But yeah, futures, I've been seeing a lot of people making money on futures. NQ looks very clean. Like if I had to trade futures, it'd be NQ or ES, of course. But I feel like NQ would be clean more times than not. Just want to see what Meta's doing. Oh, Meta came down to that 180. Our zone's right there. The bounce was right there. So now it's going to be like a rejection area. If we move this down to 180. 180 on Meta does not look bad at all. Kind of looks too strong. We already had the bounce here that we played. So it's kind of just in the middle. Low key 180, 190. I wasn't even taking a look at Meta today. Meta 180, 190. That's looking good as well. Literally back and forth. It went from 190 down to 180 and still didn't break out of either one. That's crazy. Make sure you guys like this though. If you guys enjoyed this watch list and you guys want me to do this on Monday, make sure you guys like this video up. Again, if you guys are not in the free server already, link is in the description. The free server is literally free, and we literally have everything. We have a free watch list. You know, I just talk about like one thing that I'm looking at on there, a giveaway on there. We have flow for free. Flow for free. All right, so we got a lot of stuff on there. Definitely go check that out. Also, if you guys have a money bag next to your name, like Jonathan right now, I'm doing a giveaway next week for y'all. So everyone that has that joined the YouTube channel, definitely go check that out. I'm doing a giveaway for that. And then the premium Discord, I'm also doing a giveaway next week as well. So we're just doing giveaways. And then the merch is almost sold out already. It's coming out, so I have it. It's in production right now, and it's going to be here on Tuesday, and that's when it's going to get shipped out. So, but if you guys don't already have that money bag next to your name, go check that out. You guys can join the channel. I think it's like $5 a month. So, y'all let me know if these watch lists are worth $5 a month or not. Y'all be the judge of that. But right now, again, all about waiting. Right back down in this area. Look at that. It's literally like just touched that area again. It's all about risk to reward, right? Like let's say your stop loss is right here. How close could we get it to there before we're able to enter? Like let's say we're trying to enter calls. Like how close would we try and get it? I wouldn't try and enter right here, right? That's crazy. I want to try and enter as close as possible to down there. I want to see what NQ is also doing. Dude, how do I have 3 different ESs up? I keep doing that. NQ's it still looks weak though. I want to see what NQ does as his important key level, and this is where we can formulate the trade, right? What does NQ do right here? ES is at our zone area right here. Let's see what it wants to do. right? It's still looking weak. See what NQ wants to do right in this area. Well, let's say if it closes above this, right? Let's wait for it to close above it. But let's say when it closes above it, your stop loss, super small stop loss. But I'm waiting. You have to wait for this candle to close though. This thing has been trying to come down. NQ's bouncing off that important key level. So that's good. NQ's on our side with that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, look at the bounce on that. This is where you put your stop loss. Your next area, what I'm looking at, is right around here. Alright, let's see if it wants to come back up to that area. And then after that, where do we have? Right there. Right, we have to be careful about there. NQ, we also are looking at NQ. NQ didn't break out of this area beforehand. So we have to make sure that if we're in this, we want to make sure that NQ also breaks out of this area as well. So that's what we're looking for. So when looking to trade the SPY, I trade SPY contracts off of ES. I don't even look at SPY. But that's just me though. Like, there's no point in looking at SPY if you're also looking at ES. I just look at ES. Well, look how weak that looks. But that's literally how I would formulate the trade. Just looks way too weak after that move. I don't know how it's still holding that. It's weak right there. Look at that. Current momentum's weak. It's not as weak on NQ. That important key level is holding way too well. It needs to stop. That's crazy. Looking forward to joining the team on Monday. It's a great channel and they really go all out on education. I appreciate that. Yeah, we just finished up our bootcamp week. Literally a great week. Great week. But when I'm trading ES, I'm looking at NQ as well. I don't really ever look at SPY. Do you move your stop loss to break even when price moves in your direction? When I take off my first trim, right? So if I'm selling some, there's a reason why I'm selling some. So if I start to take some profits already, then there's a reason why I started taking some profits, and then that's when I move my stop loss up. What if the volatility and option pricing takes you out? It won't. A lot of people think that. Like, I don't know how y'all are trading, but like it doesn't do that big of a difference at all. My stop loss to break even on the contracts is what I put it to, and it's like literally the same price that I bought it for. Maybe like 10 cents. I mean, not even 10 cents. Probably like 5 cents higher. Not even. Like, it's not that big of a difference. I don't know what y'all be doing though, because I don't really ever get that. It's maybe because how my contracts are. Very high liquid contracts. How I trade, who knows? But Greeks don't go against me at all. Like, Greeks only help me when I'm in the trade. Because as soon as the IV starts ticking up, right, I'm getting in before we start to get the IV pumping it up. And that's like the perfect thing. So that's why your contracts start to move. Like yesterday, on a regular day, there's no way that would have been a 50% trade. From here to here, there's no way that's 50%. But because of yesterday, because of how huge of a move to the downside we came, those calls got absolutely wiped. That any sort of lick of buying came in, that's when we got in. That's when the contract started going crazy. Literally, this one candle was 30%. Like, how? Right? On a regular day, that would not be it. But it's the beauty of about to expire, and calls got absolutely wiped. Any sort of buying pressure absolutely ran. And that's the beauty of it. So like now it's just like going back and forth. Like, this is where you don't formulate a trade. Like, why would someone force a trade right here? I wouldn't. You know, it just doesn't look as great. It tried to close under the zone and then came right back up, and then now it's trying to go back under the zone. Like, it's just, it just doesn't look good, right? Like I wouldn't formulate a trade off of that. When is the next boot camp? The boot camp's the first week of every month, and they're all recorded. How much? It's all. I only have one thing. It's all in the Discord. Like everything that I do, boot camp, any lessons. Like we do lessons 3 times a week. Everything like that is just in the Discord. Like there's no extras or anything like that. All the indicators I make, like custom indicators like this, for example, and the one that I had on my Instagram story yesterday, which was the risk to reward indicator, which was goated. That's all literally free for the Discord as well when I release them. So right now we have the governor, which is like to call it, the fake op preventer is in there, volume indicator, this John, support and resistance levels, momentum label right here, and then the risk to reward thing that I made yesterday will be out soon as well. CL. Oh, oils. Dude, I don't even look at this. Y'all be trading the oils? That's crazy. Just straight consolidation. Like, look at that. Just back and forth, back and forth. Look at this. I didn't look at yes. Like, look how, like, right back down. Like, look how nice that looks. And then we got, I mean, I guess you're probably what? Trading the, let's see. You're probably what? Trading just back and forth. Yo, where'd it go? Oh, it's on the daily. Oh, yeah. Well, you're probably getting like calls right here, puts down there, just in this back and forth consolidation. This thing has been consolidating though. Holy cow. Yeah, look at that. Literally just back and forth. I guess for zones, like if you're playing the the reversals and bounces, you're gonna be in a swing. I just don't even look at this though. Yeah, I wonder why people look at this. Probably for what I just said, for that reason, but there's just so much money to be made elsewhere though. Like ES or NQ. Premium chats, pre-market reviews about to start. Yes. Anyone have any other questions though? Anything else you guys are looking at for the day? Yeah, definitely go check that out. What trading platform is this? Thinkorswim. Thank you for your help. Of course, of course. Yes, NQ. It's NQ doing at our level. It's bouncing so nicely off that level. As soon as this breaks out though, under this level, then it's just gone. Daily starting to bounce, literally at our zone. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to bounce into this zone right here. Can you trade pre-market? I don't trade pre-market. I mean, you can't. Well, depends on what you're trading. You can't trade options during pre-market. Unless it's like SPX. But that's with any platform besides Interactive Brokers. I think Interactive, you're allowed to trade SPX in the morning. Like 8:15. Why would you want to? You get so many more nicer moves during the market hours. And liquidity is probably not going to be there. Yeah, but that's disgusting. But then you look at NQ and it's like, it's just so much cleaner. Like, look how clean that level is. Like, this is the same level we've been at for the longest time now. It just still is so reactive. It's actually insane. I'm curious about this flow bot that I just added yesterday. The news thing already came out, like it already started, and then the regulation SHO, which is like stocks down 10%, But like I'm waiting for the dark pool, unusual flow, golden sweeps, halts. Really curious about that. Nice. I don't really trade with those at all. Like I don't know how people be trading with flow, but I mean, if y'all be making money with flow, I can't say anything. You can do whatever makes you money. Now we're trying to come back down on the zone and NQ. If you guys enjoy this, you guys want me to do this on Monday, make sure you guys like the watch list up. NQ is literally, like, look at the reactions there. Wait for this thing to dump onto that, though. I bet ES is already starting to. Yeah, ES is trying right now. It's all up to NQ. What's NQ going to do here? What is NQ going to do here? No way it bounces. Dude, ES looks so much weaker than NQ. Look, NQ's literally bouncing off of that. Like, look how clean that is. That's crazy. This thing does not want to fall into that. That's why I'm like, I'm not surprised if we get up to here today. After a huge move to the downside, we literally came right into our zone. I would not be surprised we try and shoot up to there again. Like, this area right there is kind of just testing. What is that, 1297? Is that where it's rejecting at? 1297. It's like right there. Not bad. Alright, well. Anyone have any last minute questions before I gotta go? I gotta join the pre-market review. I'm so curious about these flows. What symbol? It's dash NQ. Don't just put NQ. There's a dash and then NQ. That's what all futures. Dash ES. Dash NQ. Yeah, let's see how we do today. Yesterday was slow in the morning, and then we just absolutely went crazy in the afternoon. Like 50% in 3 minutes was insane, and then we took SPY puts 16%, and then another 15%. Like yesterday was wild at the end of the day. It was crazy. But hopefully I'll see you guys in the free server, premium server, or with the money bag next to your name. So I'll see you guys on the video coming today. NQ coming down. Dude, how's it keep showing 3 different ESs? That's insane. Oh, look at that. NQ broke under that important key level now. It's over. We're going today. Alright, but I'll catch you guys. Peace.